Hi and welcome to Feelings Crypto. My name's Andy and welcome to another edition of Market Watch. So I did a video on Saturday, I think it was, and I was just talking about this lovely trend line up here. Okay, and actually let me just get rid of a couple of trend lines. And actually what was looking and I was talking about was us rejecting off this trend line. Now, for those of you who may not have watched, this trend line actually intersects with a previous all-time high right the way back here and it's an incredibly important trend line. I don't consider us bullish until we get above it. Okay, and actually when we broke above it here, that was the moment, and you can see just how steep that was. That was a big few days, but we've dropped below it here. We've retested a few times, retested again. Look at that rejection off there, big drop. Then we've gradually moved our way back up. We've had a reversal here, dropped again, retest, dropped again. And then today we had this lovely spike here, which I was shorting. So that was a bit of a hunt from exchanges, I think, to get rid of shorts before we move back down again. But of course, we come back to the trend line. What do? We reject off it again. So we've come down. Now on Saturday when I was talking, I said how important this trend line is. I said that the reaction was, if we get to this trend line and we reject, we're going to move down, and we're not just going to move a little bit, we're going to move quite a bit. I still stand by that. And what am I looking at? I'm looking around here. That's the space where I'm looking at. And in fact, I'm going to go to a different chart here just to show. I've removed all of my support and resistance lines. Still got quite a lot of trend lines. Let me just zoom that up for people to actually see properly. Okay, now this trend line, okay, is quite important. It comes from over here back in July. We intersected it again over here at the end of September, and this was the springboard for moving up. You can see that lovely move. Now this is obviously on a 2-day, so that is about 14 days of 2 weeks of nice upward movement. But we've got it again here, and it comes very nicely to a lovely support and resistance line that I've drawn over here. We're currently sitting at a current support and resistance line, and there's a little bit of liquidity there. And what am I expecting? I'm expecting a drop. I am expecting it to drop. Now, why am I expecting that to drop? So if we look at Market Cipher, our old faithful friend, we can see this lovely red dot on the 18-hour, which has just confirmed. Okay, so that's going to give an indication that there's further downward movement, and we can see pretty much on every time frame. The VWAP is below the 0 line, red dots, 12-hour, 10-hour, money flow. Let's see if we can zoom that in a bit more. You can see money flow coming down now, nice and thick. If I go to the 8-hour, same story. 6-hour, same story. We can see it's actually moved to go up and then pointed back down again. And this little bugger here served as a lovely trigger wave for the move down. So that was a key one. That's a 6-hour, 4-hour. Haven't got a red dot here, but again, trigger wave, move down. Incidentally, this is now forming its own trigger wave for a move up. Can I imagine that we're going to hit that 52k mark and then bounce back off? Absolutely. Absolutely, I think that's possible. And just because of that red dot there and that line doesn't make me think for a second that we can't suddenly reverse. Okay, that is still very, very possible. And there are occasions, admittedly not many, where you do get red dot, green dot relatively close together. Okay, but if I go all the way through the time frames, 3 hours looking particularly nice. This hasn't confirmed yet, but that VWAP's looking pretty nasty there. Same on the 2 hour, that's looking like it's coming down. Red dot not confirmed yet, but hopefully will do shortly. 1 hour looking again, nice trigger wave there, and again you can see this is going to form its own trigger wave for a move back up again. So you can actually see there's two actual bits of momentum waves coming at different times, one looking to go long and one to go short. It's the reason why we get a pump and we get a dump, quite quickly. We're not just going in one direction. We are ranging. We're arranging. If I was to go to the daily, zoom that back in. If you're going to the daily, you can see that we're ranging for the last few days within this little corridor here. 60k to 56k. That's a big range, and we're just ranging at the moment. So what do I think is going to happen next? As I've said, it's this area. That's what I'm looking for. The next pit stop over here, 54k. That's a big moment. We get below that, we're definitely going down to 52k. Do I think we can drop below? Possibly, but I think it will be a wick. I don't think we will really get into that. There is, realistically, I'm hoping for a bounce off here, off this trend line. If we don't, and that means we've got a few days, right? So reality is that we're going to be over here. If I just see if I can extend this trend line here, you can see that if we come down, let me just draw this. If we come down here, we can easily, now look, that's coming in around 57k. Where we were having difficulty when it was at 60k. We get above this, which is a lot easier at 57 than it is at 60. Very bullish sign. We'll be back up, and that'll be probably the last time we see this trend line. But right today, this is probably the most important trend line. Well, these two are the most important trend lines for Bitcoin, and incredibly important. And you can see the level of respect that is shown on these, which is really quite incredible. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm not really going to go into Ethereum and some of the other coins. I'm going to try and keep this short and brief. Fundamentally, when you get a big market move from Bitcoin, the market follows. Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, they are all the same. And drawing these lines is as relevant for those coins as it is for Bitcoin. But fundamentally, when Bitcoin hits here, I'll be looking to take profits on all of my shorts, which I will definitely be doing. I may leave 10% in to see if it goes down further, but the vast majority I will take in and around here. And I'll take along the way. So I'm due to take some pretty much now. I will take some more here, and then I will take some more here. We're going to move back up again. I believe this is the final leg of our downward movement. I think this is the final jigsaw piece that will then allow us to move up and move up in a really big way. I still believe that we're going to hit some all-time highs very soon. I really do think so. I'm just drawing random lines again. I do think that's going to happen. This is a necessary evil. Necessary. And what I would probably turn around and say is for those of you who are comfortable shorting, this is a real payday. Nothing prints money quicker than a market dump, because it just moves so quickly. The trick is always knowing when to enter. and I signaled to my group to enter probably around here. I think I may have entered a little bit earlier, just a fraction. I think I was waiting for this blood diamond to confirm. Reality is I probably could have entered on the rejection had I been a bit more confident. But I like to get a confirmation. There is no harm in waiting for that confirmation. Once you get it, then it's safe to enter. Otherwise, up here, it's a risk. You know, this could pump, it could break the trend line, all sorts of things. You know, wait for the confirmation. So incredibly important. So I hope that's been useful. I've tried to strip away from some of the other stuff on the screen to keep it nice and simple. But hopefully, one of the things I'd like to really get across is how important trend lines are, how important it is that you're able to draw them, identify the opportunities. They are ridiculously important. They get respected no end. And you can see, you know, here how much they bounce off this trend line. They go above, come back down, retest it, come back down. You know, these trend lines get ridiculous respect off price action. They're incredibly important, and it will significantly help anyone's trading. And they are a fundamental basic of technical analysis and trading. They are very, very basic to do, very simple, but so effective. You know, and when looking at the rest of the indicators, you know, you can really see. If I just quickly give on Wolfpack Pro here, you can see this is looking very bearish as well. If I was to go up to a daily, bring that down, you can see how the Bollinger Band is widened. You can see that. You can see that's signifying that price action is volatile, and the red obviously signifies that it's bearish, which is no surprise. The monster wave here, which has gone up here, coming down in a big way, starting to curve back up, but I wouldn't be surprised if that actually curves back round because we're coming down. Plenty of other bearish signs, purple continuation, negative here, negative here. This is signifying we broke the trend line. So plenty of confirmations on the daily. 12-hour be reasonably similar. Red, orange diamond just showing just in time. Nothing that I probably haven't gone through. Bearish flag, you know, all the same things, and you can go through all the time frames now, and they are all showing remarkably bearish. A little bit of green there's a little bit of money flow coming in on a 6-hour, but again, 4-hour. That's not looking too bad. This green is showing obviously upward momentum. This is showing that this upward momentum has cooled off. You know, so it is coming down, but it's not outright bearish as it is on some of the other time frames. So it varies obviously from time frame to time frame. If I just go to 2-hour, that's a telltale sign that something's up. Same here. You know, so there are plenty of confirmations, plenty. Will I be right on the prediction? Time will tell. I was right on Saturday. I chose not to do a video on Sunday, largely because I felt that the same prediction was still valid, and that was what was going to happen. So it's going to be an interesting couple of days. It'll be interesting to see how we finish the week. I'm predicting that we will hit that 52k mark, and we will get a bounce. How strong that bounce is will be anyone's guess, but I'm predicting that we're going to get above that really important trend line, and that is going to be a huge moment for Bitcoin and the bull run. Huge moment. So watch this space. I'm sure I'll be back through the week to give updates on how that's progressing. Thanks very much for joining me.